viewers and subscribers. Welcome back to the channel. You don't know it's a boy SAE, bless up himself, and thank you all for tuning in. Some wonderful people. We're gonna quote a little article that Fazzeer Mohammed has wrote where he basically labeled Puran as rubbish. Puran performances for West Indies were mediocre and people kind of get things wrong or misinterpret when they label Puran as one of the greatest West Indies players. Is that Puran is not one of the greatest West Indies players. The reason why Puran have so many runs, and that's what a lot of fans basing him off and labeling him as a huge miss, is the fact that he has played more matches than any other West Indies players. That's the reason why he have over 2,000 hard runs. But when you check it out, Puran scores in West Indies colours are mid-core. People misinterpret, him as one of the greatest. He's nothing, but wonderful people. We're gonna let you guys hear the information and then you guys can draw your own conclusion from it. But if it's the first time on the channel, guys, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell to be the first alerted whenever a new video is uploaded. And don't forget to drop a like on the video as well. So without further ado, people, let's dive right into the details. Facts don't matter, but perception do. Fazzeer Mohammed. Wonderful people. Why isn't it obvious in the latest test case of the retirement of Nicholas Puran from West Indies representation as just another example of how hard numbers are not so much manipulated but just simply ignored completely in defense of a sentiment-based narrative? To cut long story short, when it comes to T20 international cricket, and more specifically when it comes to T20 World Cups, Puran has made no measurable positive difference to the West Indies. You can dress it up how much you want with how many sixes he hit last year. You can highlight how many runs he has overall for the West Indies in T20s. You can, and this is where it seems everyone, including the media of which I am still occasionally involved, is guzzling the cool aid come off long run and his various outstanding match-winning performances for any number of franchises and how he is unquestionably one of the most highly valued players on the T20 franchise circuit. None of that is relevant to his performances for the West Indies generally and more specifically his performance in T20 World Cups. Puran overall numbers for the West Indies in T20s is a total of 2,275 runs from 97 innings at an average of 26.14 and a strike rate of 136.39. To say that he must be one of the greats in the formats for the Caribbean side and overall because he has more runs than any other West Indian in the format is like saying Carl Hooper must be considered one of the great West Indies test all-rounders because he has almost 5,800 runs, 114 wickets and 115 catches, conveniently overlooking the key factor that those numbers were accumulated in 102 test matches. So Fazzeer basically to say it's the reason why Puran have so much runs because he played more T20 matches than anybody else for West Indies. But people will believe what they want to believe. So with Bajans and their fixation with Hooper as the ultimate modern batting stylist, notwithstanding his average numbers, batting 36.46, bowling 49.42. So with Caribbean fans and media, not just the Trini variety, as I am coming to realize when it comes to their adulation of Puran and the conclusion that his retirement is a great loss performance-wise to West Indies. So let's go to the platform of the World Cup of T20 cricket, which, as with almost all other World Cups in all sports, is considered the pinnacle of the format. If there are those who want to argue that the Indian Premier League or some other franchise tournament is really ultimate, then this is just another example of the convenient twisting of the discourse to suit a predetermined narrative in the same way that football's never see come sees prioritize UEFA Championship League trophies over World Cup titles in flying the flags for their favorite players. Right? Alright. Puran played 15 innings in the T20 World Cups, total 356 runs for an average of 25.42 and a strike rate of 136.39, identically to his career international strike rate, with a highest score of 98, also his career international highest against Afghanistan in last year's tournament in the Caribbean, right? Take away the 98, which was scored in a match that had no bearing on the West Indies' fortunes in the tournament, and the tally and average dropped to 258 and 109 and 19.85 respectively, with a highest score of 46. Right? As to how the West Indies performed with him in the team at the 2021 tournament in the United Arab Emirates, the side led by Kieron Pollard finished second to last, with only Bangladesh below them in the 6-team grouping, winning 1 and losing 5 matches, right? In 2022, in Australia and New Zealand, West Indies failed to advance to the main draw with Puran at the helm, losing preliminary matches to Scotland and Ireland and defeating Zimbabwe. And last year, West Indies lost to South Africa in the semi-finals, with Puran scoring 1 against the Proteas, right? His 15 innings in T20 World Cups are 1, 12, 40, 46, 4, 5, 7, 13, 27, 22, 17, 98, 36, and 27 not out. This data cannot be refuted, but will be rubbished because it is pervasive as some sort of self-loathing agenda to diminish the stature of the modern cricketing great. Right? Sentiment is fine. In fact, it's a necessary element for appreciation sport, which, when that sentiment displaces fact with unfounded fiction, though impartial analysis becomes a pointless exercise. Why make an issue of this when there is Gold Cup football going on and a test series against Australia looming, and indeed other more relevant sporting consideration home and away? Because if we are so easily swayed by sentiment that facts don't matter, then what's the point then of an independent opinion which may or may not align with popular sentiment? So wonderful people. Fazzeer Mohammed, basically I tell you guys that the Caribbean have been misled in a sense of thinking Puran is such a great player, such a good player. He's rubbish. You understand? He said Puran is rubbish. He's not the player that people look at him and say rate he is. He's just a franchise lover as the past players. But people leave your thoughts down below.